being compared to a dog with a bone, Jonathan.
That is right. So Liz Truss, like a dog with a bone, choosing her top team. Now, it may be a little bit early, but Truss is said to be relishing the task of appointing prospective ministers down to the most junior ranks and laying out instructions for a radical reshaping of Boris Johnson's Downing Street machine. So potentially exciting times. A senior Conservative said there's going to be a mass changing of the guard, and a close aide of Liz's said Liz has been in Parliament for a long time. She has strong views on her colleagues. She's doing most of this herself. So she really seems to be setting out her game plan. I mean, she's not won yet. You think it's going to happen? You sure about it?
Yeah, I'm literally rolling the dice now.
Yeah?
Polls are never wrong. If Brexit and Donald Trump's election taught us anything, it's that polls are never wrong.
Always right, always right. I mean, She's named a few people. So Kwasi Kwarteng, a long-standing Truss ally who lives on the same street in Greenwich, she's going to become, or they're going to become, Truss's Chancellor and move in next door to her on Downing Street. And another person, James Cleverly, is likely to be Foreign Secretary. I haven't heard of these people, but I'm not particularly well versed in the leaders of our country, so that's on me. But also quite sad, I found out that Sunak himself is expected to head to the backbenches, where he may awkwardly find himself jostling for space with Johnson, whose premiership he did so much to end. So that's kind of a sad ending.
Well, you have to speculate, don't you, as to whether Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak will run for their seats at the next election, or whether this could be the end of their respective political careers, because they would both make a lot more money if they left the Commons, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and I think right now, and pretty much for his whole career, Boris has been focused on self-aggrandisement and making money. And, you know, now he probably feels like he's done his public service, even though he hasn't really done much. Where has he been for the last few weeks? He's been, like, on holiday. He hasn't even turned up to his own farewell party. and yeah, so now he wants to go on, you know, Strictly Come Dancing on Ice or whatever. Yeah. And he's going to do that. But I just wish the Tories had... I know they've got this 8-week selection process. I wish they'd just been like, look, the country's in crisis. Let's just get it done in a week. Let's show that we're the Conservatives. We're supposed to be the people who can move quickly and decisively. So, yeah, just pick somebody and be done with it. And, I mean, it's nice to know that Truss is coming in and he's going to be a bit more of a classic Conservative instead of the sort of Corbynite Conservatives we've had for the last 12 years.
Well, yeah, many people would argue that Boris Johnson is the most left-wing Prime Minister since Clement Attlee, given the fact that he basically paid people to stay at home, which is the definition of communism.
He'd be left-wing for a Labour leader, never mind a Conservative Party leader. So Truss is going to come in and, you know, she's very much free markets, low tax, low regulations, get things moving, let the economy. Anti-woke as well, because the wokeness, people think it's just a culture wars thing, as we'll see with some of the other stories. Wokeness, EDI, equality, diversity and inclusion, really brings a drag on businesses' effective operation and their profits.
Yeah, correct. And our collective mental health as well.